Welcome to the Business Mumma podcast, where we chat about creating a business that supports and flows with your family and with your life, not the other way around. Hi, I'm your host, Annalise Swan. I'm a marketing agency owner and a mother of 3 little ones. I'll be bringing you conversations with successful women in business, as well as practical marketing strategies and tips that you can action right away. So let's get into it. So in conversations this week, I have been chatting with heaps of mummas about how to make relationship marketing work for them. Too many have been on the receiving end of salesy, spammy messages, and they know that they do not want to do that. And fair enough, me neither. What we're talking about with relationship marketing is connecting with your audience on a one-to-one level and engaging with them in an authentic way. Why? So that you know your customers well enough to serve them properly. The benefit is that when you serve your audience properly, they stick around and they talk about you. Win and win. Everybody wins, and that is how to do business well. So before we dive into the best way to approach it, let's talk about what not to do. So what to do, not to do, number 1, don't send bulk messages telling people how great you are and why they need your services. Do not do that. Messages like this: hey, my name's Joe, and I'm a marketing expert that specializes in paid ads. I have case studies coming out of my ears, and I can grow your business by 600% while you sleep. If you want an easy, pain-free life with money being delivered to your mailbox, come and sign up for my email list. Messages like that are not okay. What to do instead? Your messages should, yes, introduce you and what you do, but they should be primarily focused on the person you are messaging. Remember, you are there to serve them. Ask them questions and find out how you can do that best. Don't just assume and throw yourself at them. You wouldn't do that in real life, so do not do it online. Also, send messages that are relevant for the person. So I'm a business and a wellness coach, but I also own a marketing agency. Yet, most of the pitches that I get are from other marketing people. Clearly, they haven't stopped long enough to actually read my bio before sending me a DM. Fail, people. Fail. What not to do, number 2. Don't do mass follow, unfollow. Not cool. Now, I really ashamedly admit that I used to do this way back in the day. Someone, when I first joined Instagram, told me that it was how they got crazy amounts of followers, and I joined the club without thinking about it. So then it started happening back to me, and I realized that what I was doing was actually ridiculous. It wasn't the way that I wanted to do business, and I realized that each account is a real live person. Surprise! Not just a business name on a screen, and definitely not a number. So I changed my philosophy of quality over quantity over quality, and I moved away from caring about how many followers I had. We just shouldn't care about that. It's purely a vanity metric, and it just actually doesn't matter. So what to do instead? What we can do is intentionally and strategically connect with accounts that we think are our ideal customers. We are business women after all. We are allowed to be strategic. So we need to move away from thinking that anything that isn't organic is bad. In business, in this noisy online space, we cannot afford to just let things happen. We have to take a bird's eye view and set goals and move tactically towards them. If you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to step out of your comfort zone and strategically act in a way that will bring more people and more revenue into your business, then you need to stop now. We need to stop thinking that being strategic in our business is a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. That is what business people do. And as women, we need to just take the reins and do that. It doesn't mean we have to do it with this salesy, me first mentality. We can do it in a really authentic way, and I'm going to tell you how. So one way we can do it is find out where our ideal client is hanging out online. And then we need to be there too. So find them, view their content, and then intentionally but thoughtfully and authentically engage with their content. I mean, if you don't like their account, don't connect with it. If you like a photo, like the photo, but also comment. Push yourself to engage more than you naturally would. So don't just consume the content, but connect with the content. But connect with the content that you naturally and authentically connect with. Doing this means that your ideal clients will see your name popping up again and again. And they also associate your name with being kind, because they get a little ego boost when somebody likes and comments on their stuff. We all do, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as we're not defining ourselves by it or tying our identity to it, it is fine. And hopefully then they also come and check out your profile. And if they like it, they will follow you. And when they do, you can get in their DMs and send a thank you note and start a conversation, because you have plenty to talk about, because you genuinely like their stuff and they obviously like yours as well. It is the beginning of a beautiful business relationship, and it is nothing to be ashamed about. And guess what? If you follow people and you engage and they don't like you back, it doesn't matter. You're only connecting with accounts that resonate with you anyway. So there is no downside. The worst case scenario is you've got lots of really cool stuff in your feed. It's fine. So set a time limit here of how long you actually want to spend a day on Instagram, and set an alarm, and then go. Be social on social media. And if really you're not getting any love back, you may need to up your content game or change your messaging. But first, assume all is fine and see what happens before you fix what isn't broken. All right, what to do, what not to do. Number 3. Don't comment on people's content with your links. Now, above, when you are commenting on people's posts, you're not commenting with all your sales pages or products, etc., unless someone actually asks you to. Again, the spotlight isn't on us here. We are trying to build mutually beneficial relationships. So don't be that person at the dinner party that interrupts people all the time to talk about themselves and all their really cool and exciting lives. Don't do that. What to do instead? The best overarching rule I have found is say what you are thinking. But if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. How do you want people to feel when they talk to you and consume your content? So choose some adjectives like upbeat or inspired or amused, and be that. Your attitude is infectious, good or bad. So be good. What not to do? Number 4. Don't keep sending messages when people say they're not interested. Yes, people do this. I have experienced this just this week. And it's probably my bet that you have too. So people, do you really think I'm going to be a client by you just annoying me? No. It actually reminds me of when I went to buy a car when I was 6 months pregnant with my first child. I had an old Pulsar that I'd had since, I got my license. And my hubby had a newish, like a few years old station wagon that he used for work. He was a chippy, but my Pulsar was fine, but the back seats didn't go down and there was no access from the boot to the car. So it was really annoying when you had big things. And so I thought maybe a pram wouldn't fit and it would be annoying when I had a car seat. Anyway, this salesman guy, Russell, didn't realize I was pregnant because I had a big coat on. All he saw was this mid-20s girl, and he kept luring me away from the older, bigger cars and towards this brand new little shiny Barina. And he thought that warm seats and blah, blah, blah was going to sell me. And I kept telling him that all I needed was aircon and cruise control and I was good. But he didn't want to listen to me. And so I left. And then he called me 5 times in the next 2 hours. 5 times. Needless to say, I called his manager and that was the end of that. But come on now, people, be client focused. Don't be a Russell. What to do instead? Say, no worries, thank you for your time. If there's anything I can assist you with in the future, please get in touch. End of story. Move on. There is more than enough business, and that one is not for you. So I hope that helps mamas with what not to do in relationship marketing, as well as my biggest tips. And if you are a mama with a service-based business who wants their work to support and flow with their lives, not the other way around, you need to join our free 5-day marketing, mindset, and movement workshop. It's happening live in the Business Mummas Facebook group from the 17th of Feb. We are going live every day, Monday to Friday at 12 o'clock Melbourne time. You can register at mumma.digital, so mumma.digital/challenge. We're going to talk about how physical and cognitive and professional well-being combine to impact your professional performance. You'll learn how by focusing on your well-being, you can overcome the overwhelm, set big goals and achieve them, build your business to 6 figures and beyond, and only work the 1 to 3 days a week that you want to in your own time around your family and other commitments. It sounds like a pipe dream, but it isn't. I promise you it is not. We do not have to work 8-10-hour days to earn the money that we want to earn for our families and for ourselves. This is a free workshop and it will help you get there. And I really hope that you join us. So mumma.digital/challenge. And that is it from me this week. So have a really fab one and I will see you right here next week. Bye, mamas. Thank you for listening to the Business Mumma podcast. I hope you got some actionable tips that you can implement in your business right away. Please, please, please rate and subscribe, and then head on over to mumma.digital to continue the conversation and let me know what you thought. Have a really wonderful week, and if you'd like to come and say hi, come to our Facebook group, Business Mummas. See you there.